Beautiful day, everyone. Um, Before I begin, can I get a quick mic check to see if um, y'all can hear me? Let me know because sometimes I have issues. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna type it. Oh, no. Okay, there we go. Okay, 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 loud and clear. Thank you. Okay. Beautiful day, everybody. Thank you guys for being here. Uh, I've been wanting to do this all week. Actually, I've been wanting to do this for a while, and then I almost didn't do it. So I'm glad I'm doing it. So before we get started, before we get started, I'm gonna say what I always say that you know I may be I may be talking about natural remedies, natural things, natural healings for mental health, natural healings for mental health issues, or things that can help us, like herbs, essential oils, teas, rubs, stones, crystals, anything like that. I am not a medical professional. If you have any questions about anything that we are talking about right now in this live, please consult your primary care provider or your pediatrician for your little ones. Okay. I also want to say that I might not say everything that you like. You might not resonate with everything that I say, but I always say take your rose petals and leave your thorns at the door. Don't get hung up on something that you might not like about me, and miss something major that could help you. Okay. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and I like to start, most times, I like to start with a positive affirmation because they help me. And for those who have never listened to me before, please don't get it twisted that I'm always positive. I believe in all energies and feeling and acknowledging all energies. I function better for myself personally on my own personal walk in towards the more positive side, but that doesn't mean I don't get down. That doesn't mean I don't get depressed. That doesn't mean I don't go through. So these positive affirmation cards help me. They're not tarot cards, so please don't be afraid that Sunkiss is over here doing tarot right now for those that don't resonate with that aspect of me. So here we go. And the card that fell out is uh-oh. I am confident about my future. I am confident about my future. I'm confident about my future. Okay, I say that 3 times. And so let's go through the chat. Okay, let's see. Beautiful day, Ian, at We Are Awake. Thank you so much. Big hugs, much love and appreciation to you, Ian, for sharing the live out. And thank you guys who got the message over there and are here because you heard it from Ian's platform. Thank you so much, Ian. Beautiful day. Much love, Tommy. Good to see you. Let's see. I try to be. Oh, okay. Well, beautiful day. Hey, Lies of the World, it's good to see you. Good to see you. And that's that. So we are going to um let's see. Let's see. Oh no, look at that. Look at me. Y'all forgive me. Sometimes let's see. Hey, beautiful day, call for zero. Thanks for tuning in. Be careful while you're listening. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This just made my day. This just made my day. Anne Marie Uber. Oh my gosh, I'm about to cry. She is like, I have no words, and I cannot wait for that. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait for that. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait for that. Okay, going through the chat. It is a very important issue, people. Something to not be taken lightly. And yeah, we'll get into it. Well, beautiful day, Italian princess. I hope you're doing well. It's always good to see you, Mama. I really hope you're doing well. All right. All right. Up, big ups. What's up, Frosty? Good evening, Brett. How are you up there in Canada? Much love to you. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Okay. So we're going to be talking. We're going to be talking about mental health. You know. Oh, some people. What's up, Alexis? Good to see you, mamas. All right. So we are going to be talking about mental health. It's a very important topic that I think everybody needs to be discussing. We go so hard and, I talk about so many different things on the platform from, our energies, mental health, from issues dealing with domestic violence, from um, relationships, masculine and feminine energy, so many different things. Hold on, guys. Okay. So many different things on the platform. And one thing that I've been really wanting to touch on is mental health and the importance of mental health. Because a lot of people, we have had experience with mental health issues or disorders, or we know somebody who have had or are experiencing issues with mental health. And I think it gets pushed under the rug. I think there's such a big misunderstanding about it, and a misunderstanding about how people deal with it, and a misunderstanding about the people that battle these things, and whether you have dealt with um, mental illness or mental disorder previously, or whether you're doing it right now, or whether it's like just a one-time, two-time thing for you, or it's something that you have to battle daily. It's very important. And so anyway, a whole as we travel through this matrix, as we travel through and each day in this parasitic matrix system that we live in, um, there are real issues that we have to battle on top of the issues of the matrix. And and us being on top of these issues can help us have a better experience while we're here. This is all my opinion. Take your rose petals, leave the thorns. Okay, anyway, let me go through this so I can stay up, because sometimes I get behind. Oh, good, I'm not too late. Oh, thank you so much, Alexis. I really love your channel and your video, and happy belated birthday to your baby boy. Oh, I'm really proud of you for doing videos. Let's see. Let's see. Finishing going through these. Okay. And I have to leave that up there because I'll forget where I am. Okay, anyway, so what exactly is mental health? We're going to go by a definition, a set definition, so we are all on the same page about what mental health is. So according to mentalhealthyfit.org, mental health is our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. Excuse me. It is how we think, feel, and act. It helps determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make healthy choices. Just like our physical health, it is important to all people at any age group. And I like the fact that they said it is important at any age group, meaning even our children. And when we have children, it's not just the physical well-being that we have to talk about, because I talk about children here. I have 3 children. I'm a single mom of 3 children, for those that don't know. Children are so important to me. I've always been around children. I have a love for the children. And so it's not just the physical well-being that we are responsible for. We are responsible for their emotional well-being, their spiritual well-being, their physical well-being, and their mental well-being all starts and depends on us. So I love that they said that. Hey, Miss Frosty, aka a beautiful day. Hey, girl, it's good to see you, mamas. It's really good to see you. You have been in my heart, and I'm just gonna all I'm gonna say is that I've been sending love to you. Much love to you, and I've been sending so much love to you. Okay, I love you, mamas. Well, good evening, Axis Rat Blood. Good to see you. Much love. Much love. Okay, so there are we're going to name a couple different types of mental disorders. There's so many, but I'm going to name about maybe 10. um, we have anxiety, depression, bipolar disorder. We have OCD, which is obsessive compulsive disorder. We have trauma and stressor related disorders, i.e., PTSD, which is post traumatic stress disorder. We have substance and addictive disorders, personality disorders, sleep disorders, eating disorders, and the list just goes on and on and on. So I just wanted to just give a small little snippet of some of the disorders and illnesses. And if you have any of these or have had, and I'm going to say I have suffered in times past with depression and PTSD because of different traumas, and I am currently battling depression right now. And before I get into the statistics, some people would say, actually, some people have personally told me, when I have been on panel, started a couple of years ago on Ian's platform, that they couldn't resonate with me. They didn't want to hear my voice because it seemed like I was always so positive, and it seemed like I never went through anything. But then when they heard me speak and talk about things I've gone through, they realized that I've gone through things. And that, my friends, is an example of depression or mental illness doesn't have a set face. You can have joy, you can have laughter, you can be smiling and be the most depressed person in the world. I suffered with depression the first time ever, about 5 years ago, and it got really bad. Well, I want to say, well, maybe 6 or 7 years ago it started, and it got really bad. Um, Further down the line, I was in a marriage that was very toxic, very abusive, and other things. And so on the outside, I would put on a smile. I would put on that false positivity, and there is such a thing as false positivity. I would put that face on because that is what everybody expected. That is what everybody was used to. The sun kissed for 37 years. I'm 40 now. Was that positive person, and she would put her mental health in the back for other people. But we're going to get further, more into that here in a minute. Let me play catch up with the chat, because y'all know sometimes I'll be in another world. Axis. Yes, indeed. I remember in the beginning, I used to be so rushed. I felt myself being rushed. I'm trying to get through the chat, but I have learned I'm going to take my time. That's part of my issue. I was always rushing for people, and I had to learn to slow down. And so slowing down in the chat is something that has helped me. So we need to talk about this to help break the stigma. Exactly. And there's nothing wrong if you have suffered or if you are going through any of these issues. Currently in Fillmore, traffic Mandela affected from the Fillmore, seeing all the signs is the damn. Wow. Travel safe, call for the 0. Well, hi, beautiful day, Heather. Good to see you. Beautiful day, Celestial. It's so good to see you. Oh, it's really good to see you guys. Thank you guys for stopping in. Even if y'all can only stop in for just a moment, thank you for sharing your energy. Oh, yes. See? And there's such a stigma with people, and they may push some of the most beautiful people away because we suffer from, and you can be, I'm more on the positive end, like I just said, but I embrace all my emotions because they are my emotions, they are my energies that um are mine in this experience. And so I think it's really bad when you're so positive that you block out the negative, what we call negative or so-called darkness. And I think it's really bad if all you are is darkness and you don't want to see the positive anything. Both extremes are bad to me, in my opinion. Oh. And Heather, I just love that you were getting on panel. Um, you're doing such a great job. I wanted to type that in the other night, but I was busy doing something. But you were doing such a great job. I'm enjoying being on panel too. Let's see. Let's see. I agree. You never know what someone is going through. Just because on the outside it looks like someone is okay, it doesn't mean they aren't going through something. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, you as well, Axis. You as well. Beautiful, beautiful. Exactly. Okay, so we're going to get some statistics. And mind you, I don't really, statistics really in the numbers, you can't really whatever, but we're just going to put some numbers out there so maybe we can kind of get an understanding at where at the US is or has been when it comes to mental health. So, and it's just a basic research. You can Google this, you can type this in and see this information for yourself. And I think that we should. Okay, in 2021, hold on, my paper is sticking. Hold on. Uh-oh, I'm sorry. I hit the mute. Anyway, in 2021, 22.8% of US adults, that is 57.8 million adults, had a mental illness disorder. And that's more than 1 in 5 adults, you know? And as far as age, young adults ages 18 to 25 have the highest rate of mental illness disorders with the percentage of 33.7, followed by my age group, which is 26, ages 26 to 49 with 28.1, and then 50 plus years, they have a 15% rate of mental illness. And these are just what is reported. It's probably way, 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 way more than this. I think it's probably way, way more than this. People don't report it, and people are stigmatized and embarrassed and shunned, and so they don't say anything. When it comes to gender, women tend to have a higher rate of mental illness and disorders with a rate of 27.2%, and with men at 18.1%. And so one in 25 US adults have a serious mental illness, and the serious mental illness disorder, I mean, such as schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, or major depression. And self-deletion in 2022 was the highest rate ever recorded on record of people who self-deleted themselves. So let's see, 18% of adults in the US had a substance use disorder this past year. And out of those, only 77% of them did not receive treatment. And so that's just some numbers. And remember that people don't report, people don't tune in, people aren't saying anything. So I feel like the numbers are much higher than these. Let's see. Let's go through the chat. I'm gonna try to keep up. Okay. Oh, it's not. I'm just not well adjusted to an extremely sick. Okay. What's up, Britt? It's good to see you, mamas. Thank you for being here. Oh, no problem. And everybody's just saying hey to everybody, which is what I love. So love it, love it, love it. Look at that. Wow. Oh my goodness. And 99 in class. I did not know that. I didn't know that, Tommy. Oh. And my favorite storm of all. There we go. Hurricane. Much love. Always good to see you. Thank you for being here. Okay. So, why is mental health important? Because, and y'all can tell me if you want to why y'all think mental health is important, but mental health is a key factor in our quality of life. How you live, how you view things, and how you handle things is a big has something really big with your mental health. You know, your mental health affects your relationship with other people, whether it's work relationships, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's your children, young or grown children, your spouse, your partner, your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, significant other. It affects them. It affects your decision making, um, and how you view things. You can have a distorted view of things with a mental health illness and disorders. You know, how you learn, how you work, again, how you interact with others, how you handle stress. Um, Poor mental health can also, affect you physically. People who battle with depression tend to have hypertension, tend to have heart disease. These things connect to our physical, not just our mental, and also our energetic bodies, you know? So, and this is why mental health is so important. And I believe, in my own opinion, mental health starts in the womb. You start, if you're a woman and you are carrying your baby, you need to start practicing mental health with your children in the womb. Daddies, you can help in such ways that resonate with you and your family. But mental health starts in the womb, in my opinion. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And so some people may be like, some kids, why are you talking about mental health right now? What is the big deal with mental health? Well, like I told y'all at the beginning, for the first time, even when I lost my sister, most of you guys know about me losing my sister when I was 17 in a horrible, tragic car accident. Her and my aunt, who was like a sister to me, and we went through so much drama during that whole thing. Like, matter of fact, I was so stressed about it. I blocked out a lot of my senior year of high school. I don't remember. I got into my very first accident that spring. Somebody hit me, and I had no recollection of that at all until my dad a few years ago handed me the police report. And I was like, when did I get into that accident? You know? But anyway, even during that time, it didn't spiral me into depression. I didn't feel depression until, like I said, 6, 7 years ago, when the drinking in my home got worse, and things start spiraling in within my um, between me and my ex. And so and then other things. And so, but I mask it with people pleasing. And so that was my first time ever experiencing deep depression, deep darkness. And it was the love of my children that actually kept me here, if you know what I mean. Kept me here because there were moments I did not want to be here. And so it was the love of my children. And there were other things that caused me to kind of, for my PTSD, that started within the military, actually, with some other things. So I experienced PTSD, and it wasn't war related. It wasn't war related at all. It was trauma, sexual trauma based harassment and things like that. But I don't want to get into that at this point in time. Um, so fast forward, things are good. I uh, leave my ex-husband. I'm doing well the past 3 years. There's been challenges and things and great, but I begin to set healthy boundaries, which I had no healthy boundaries before. I had no boundaries. I was open, like the highways in 7-Eleven. I was people pleasing. I was searching for love, not inside of myself. I was outside of myself. And so 3 years ago, I began to take my power back. I began to set healthy boundaries. And then other things happened more recently that kind of, within the past month or two, that kind of has opened up the wounds of some of those things and set me back into a depressive state. Really, really kind of really bad the past month or two. And then something happened this past week. Um, Something happened this past week that kind of spiraled me for a whole day back to like the beginning of my self-love journey, the beginning of my journey of healing. And I'm going to get into that in just a moment. Let me go through the comments to keep up. Okay. You come up whenever you want. And like always, I don't do open panels because of so many different things and people. And I stream from my phone, and I don't want my little channel to be gone because of, people doing the P-bomb. And so if anybody ever wants to have a discussion with me and we can talk about different things, just let me know. Email me. It's in the banner. And I will send you the link, and I'll send you the link directly through email, or if I have your phone number. But I don't ever do open panels. But I do want to discuss things with people. I just don't do open panels because I don't trust people. Thank you. Hey, Miss Marlene, it's good to see you. And yes, it does. If you can keep your cheese on the okay. Okay. I agree, Tommy. Yes, child. No boundaries. I had no boundaries. Constantly letting people walk all over me in the name of so-called love, in the name of connections of family, of friends, of loved ones, and all this other stuff, but we'll get more into that. Thank you so much, Heather. So, some people think we have due to some of the things we look into, like the top. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Some people think we're crazy. Some people think we're crazy because people think I'm crazy because I take my children's health into my own hands, and they are free from all things that have been tried to, been put in the bodies. My children are free of that. They're homeschooled. People have thought I was crazy about that. If y'all haven't heard my journey, my military journey, and me standing up against my brigade and how crazy they thought I was and how they shunned me, I'll have to go back through all that. I know, and the things that we're talking about as far as this matrix system, as far as what we're talking about with parasites and how it goes deeper than all that stuff, we are probably considered very loony, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. We're high up on the crazy totem pole. I'm pretty sure we are. So, but oh well. I feel like if you don't question things and if you don't trust yourself and you're just going along to get along, you're the crazy one. That's me. Um, if you're just going along with the flow, I feel like you're the crazy one. Okay. Okay. If I had a bomb, Tommy. Okay. So, but anyway, this past week set me spiraling like 50 steps backwards. And I had this conversation with someone, and I created, like I said 3 years ago, healthy boundaries. I said I am not going to have be entertained this energy. I'm not going to allow um myself to be manipulated in the name of love, in the name of so-called family. And to me, I have a little short on the channel too, where I talk about family. To me, is what you create. Now you have relatives that are blood relatives to you, but your family is what you create, and they love, they support, and they respect you. So I said I wasn't going to do certain things in the name of family. And I said, this is going to help me get out of the darkest hour of my life. So, anyway, this conversation made me feel, because did not, I still will not break my boundaries for anybody. But because I will not break a boundary, or I won't do something a certain way because if somebody holds a certain title with me, I was made to feel like I was selfish and it was wrong. And I'm supposed to feel a certain way. And that's one thing all my life, pretty much, except for, a few people, I was always made, I'm a sensitive person. I cry at a beautiful sunset. I cry if a movie moves me. I cry. I'm very highly, I'm a high empath, and stuff like that. But I was always made to feel like I'm not supposed to feel that way. I'm not supposed to respond this way. I was always made to feel like my feelings and my emotions, for my perspective, is not the way that it's supposed to be, and I was wrong, or I needed to change it. And so one thing that I do with my children is I always stress that their feelings and their emotions are important, because it's their feelings, it's their emotions. With you guys, your feelings and your emotions are important. You see things and respond differently the way than what I would. I can't take that away from you. That's not a lot. That's me acting like this system. We've been so conditioned with these parasites, we've been so conditioned with these systems to restrain and put limitations on everybody and ourselves, so it comes naturally to people. And we've worked, people who are here right now, people who are on this platform, and people who are at We Are Awake, we don't do that. We question things. We don't just go along. We allow, and we believe in freedom, because we've liberated ourselves, and we've been so bound by these systems for so long. And these systems can be education system, the medical systems, religious systems, all religion, and so many other things. But people are so easy, it's so easy for people to keep themselves bound, and want everybody else to be bound to certain frequencies, certain vibrations, and certain expectations. And so when I'm dealing with other people, they don't understand that. And there was no understanding really that I battle depression, I battle PTSD, and I was made to feel like, I was wrong for sticking to my guns by saying I do not, I will not, I shall not move my healthy boundaries for anyone. And I teach my children that. That is what I'm teaching my children. 3 years ago, when I stepped into having healthy boundaries and creating and understanding the need for boundaries, I began to teach my children that. And I told, and I tell, and I will continue to tell my children, even as they become adults, if you have a healthy boundary and mama is in your energy, in your space, and I break your healthy boundary and you let me know, if I don't correct myself that and I try to change your mind about your healthy boundaries, I'm disrespecting you. You have every right to say, Mama, me and you got to part ways. I don't want to deal with you for a week or two because you're not respecting my boundaries. I'm teaching my children that you don't break your boundaries for nobody, not even to the woman that almost died bringing you into this world. I don't want them to break their boundaries. So it starts with me. That's why healthy mental health starts with the womb, and it starts with you raising your children. So let me go through the comments because child, I be going on. Okay. Okay. Not in touch with the reality, not in touch with the true reality. And it's because it's so much easier to put those blinders on and not see things for what they are, and for not people try to see things for what they want it to be, but not for what it really is, you know? Yes. Okay. Well, you enjoy your dinner, Brett, and you have an amazing weekend as well. Thank you for taking the time to even stop by. Okay. Much love to you always. And so, oh, and what's up, JJ? It's so good. It's always good to see you, JJ. The one and only Jared Jaguar. Mm-hmm. Exactly. 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 Let's see. Going through. Mm-hmm. Zero constantly protect our bound. Exactly. There's always someone that tries to cross through it. Exactly. I have some quotes later on, Liz, about the people that try to make you change your boundaries or try to cross your boundaries. Um, yeah, we'll get to that. But anyway, and so after this conversation for a full day, except for I got up, I fixed my children the breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We didn't do homeschool. After the conversation, I live in the country. I live outside city limits, and I have some land, and then the 30 acres around me, the people, there's nobody. And so I went out and I screamed so loud at the top of my lungs. And I had like this metal I grabbed this metal, and I'm never like this, but I had to let it out because I just got hurled back 50 feet, 50 steps from this conversation, and my words were not heard. And not that this person didn't love me, but my words were not heard. It was all about another person, another situation, and I was wrong, and I should kind of, I'm paraphrasing, but kind of put my mental health on the back burner for the sake of some false peace. So I screamed and I hit this thing. I busted up this metal trash can I had, and I just crumbled to the ground, to the earth, crying. And then my red healer came along. His name is Rusty. And he came and he could see, of course, he saw me acting like that, and he just came and put his head on my shoulder, and I just cried into my red healer. My children were in the house. They heard it, some of it, and they heard me crying. So I came in. I was like, Mommy's okay. Just for now, they know when to have, it's okay. I don't want them to not see me cry. I don't want them to not see me have true, authentic experiences, because they will think it's not good to cry. They will think it's not good to embrace these emotions. I will create a false personality within them if I'm not authentic with my children. And that goes with everything. They know about the matrix. They know about these parasites. They know when we're getting ready to do a cleanse, they'll be like, they have nicknames for them. They'll be like, well, bye, Ernie. It's time for you to go. Keep it real with your children, age appropriate. Okay. Anyway, and I just collapsed on my bed, and I just laid there, motionless, paralyzed, looking at the ceiling fan, crying until no more tears were out of my face. And I was like, it began to I began to question myself. And that's what happens when people make you try to get you to change your healthy boundaries for your own mental health. And I began to question myself, am I wrong? And then I was like, I'm not wrong. But it was a day of that. I got up, I fixed lunch, laid right back down, cried, whatever. And then it's been a process. And I think that people have got to prioritize their mental health, their peace of mind above everybody, no matter who it is. And I think that people need to have a more understanding of that, because people don't realize that something that they can say can trigger somebody back into something that they have been healing from. Anyway, and so let me take a sip, y'all. Sorry. Let's see. It's always good to see you all. Go through these comments. Exactly, Brett. Yes, girl. I mean, yes, Jared. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say girl, but I was thinking about my daughter. My oldest is 12, and she'll be like, yep, it's time to go. So, but okay. And so, dealing with that situation, I also want to say this, and this goes with mental health, and this goes with situations and things. I am sick and tired of people who have been victimized being told that they need to get over it. I'm tired of people who suffer from mental health issues because of something or someone or some trauma. They're being told, well, you need to forgive and you need to move on. You need to do this. And then the person that victimizes gets off scot-free. I'm going to tell you something about forgiveness. Forgiveness is not what we have been taught. Forgiveness has nothing to do with the person, the people, or the situation that has harmed and hurt you. And forgiveness is about you. And it's not you saying or trying to erase all the pain or anything that caused you physical, emotional, mental anguish. It's about saying, hey, I no longer will allow you to take control of my emotions, my energy, my mental, and manipulate my whole being. It's about you saying, I choose to move on. Forgiveness is not saying, like we've been taught in the church or religions, forgiveness. It is not about you saying, oh, I forgive me, or I forgive you. Come to me in open arms and we can we can continue on in a relationship, or I can be smiling he in your face. That is not what forgiveness is, people. So I just had to put that there. I am so sick and tired of people who have been done wrong, people who have been victimized, made to seem like they need to be quiet, they need to suck it up. You need to show forgiveness. You need to show grace. That's the problem with religion. You see, and I'm going to the Christian faith. It may seem like I'm veering off, but it's open conversation and everything ties together. We see how in different religions they push that. Oh, turn the other cheek. Be passive. You don't have to, you just deal with it. It's okay. No, it's not okay to let people run over you. It's not okay to let people question your healthy boundaries for your mental health, for your inner peace. You have got to put your heels in the sand. And like I always say, stand in your own square, even if you're the only one standing. So, okay, sorry. Woo, sorry. Woo. Okay. Okay, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. OMW. Yes, Marlene. Just get over it. Oh, Okay. I wish I had a bomb. I would just boom, boom, boom. I no longer give forgiveness to anyone. The person I give forgiveness to is myself. And I do that because I truly feel that if I don't forgive myself for things that I do in this life, I feel like that'll be some form, no matter how much awareness I have about this place, somehow they go trip me up or trip up people and get you to come back here because you don't have self forgiveness. When they come at me with that, you didn't forgive yourself. I'm going to give you the middle finger to the face and I'm going to say, I moved past that. I'm stronger than that. Get out my face. That's not going to tie me back. What's also not going to tie me back is the fact that I've talked to my children about it. And they know that we will be together when we are free and we free ourselves by freeing ourselves from this matrix. We will, if somebody comes talking about they are mama, it's a lie. Go within yourself and trust yourself. And the people that I hold dear, well, at the very few, the one other person that understands this, we all know. Okay, so it seemed like I'm veering off. I'm sorry. No one knows what another one has been through and has no right to say shit like that. Okay, get over it. Not that easy, especially if you're prone to. Okay, let me tell you, Miss Marlene. Let me tell you, when I was in AIT after basic training, I was in the Army, and AIT is an advanced individual training. Now, me and my sister, I already told you guys, I lost her 20 plus years ago. She was 23 months older than me. She graduated. We were supposed to join the United States Air Force together, but we didn't do it. I waited 6 months and I said, I'm going to call. I did not want to join the Air Force because that's something we wanted to do. But I know I wanted to complete something because we wanted to do something in the military. So I spoke with an Army recruiter and a Marine recruiter. And I said, whoever calls me back, that's the branch I'm going to go to. So the Army recruiter called me back first. Anyway, I'm in AIT, and in AIT, you have 4-man rooms, smaller rooms, and where it's downtime and we're supposed to be shining our boots and stuff. I had already shined my boots and I'm having a moment where I miss my sister because we're supposed to be doing this together. This girl, I'll never forget. Yes, I'm going to say her last name on here. Cataldo from the Midwest came in my room and she got one of my roommates. And as she was walking out, she was like, she just needs to get over it. It's been like a year and a half, 2 years. What? Oh, I'm not even going to tell you what happened after that, but I cannot stand when people tell you you need to get over something just because they got over it or they've never experienced. We are all different and we have different perspectives and we handle things very differently. So anyway, here we go. Let's see. Okay. Ooh, while we looking at that, let me get a drink. Okay, just get some help. Forgiveness can be third party, forgiving to benefit children, for example. Okay. Mm. Wow. Wow. Wow, Marlene. What's up, Mary? It's always good to see you. Mwah, much love to you and your children. It's always good to see you, mamas. I'm glad you're here. Let's see. Okay. Let me make sure I'm okay. Okay. So we're going to talk about stigmas, some of the stigmas of mental health. And yes, I have some notes down because if I don't have notes in front of me, I will go all the way to the left, loopy loop, and back right around. So my notes help me kind of steer me back. So what is mental health stigma? It is, I forgot where I got this. I wanted to give a definition so we can all be on the same page, but it is a negative view on someone due to their mental illness, which can manifest in ways like public stigma, which is others' negative view about mental illness or disorders. Self-stigma, when people with mental illness disorders have negative attitudes about their own conditions, including internalized shame, making you feel shamed. Structural stigma, when policies at the government and private organization level limit opportunities for people with mental illness or disorders. And these stigmas cause many negative effects on people with mental illness health conditions, like feeling shameful, feeling hopeless, feeling misunderstood, feeling isolated, um, making people feel reluctant to speak up, to actually seek help. And then there's the lack of empathy and the lack of understanding from family, from friends, from coworkers, etc. There's also fewer employment opportunities or social interaction. There is bullying and physical violence or harassment or all of them. And then there's that self-doubt. These stigmas are usually caused by myths about mental health disorders, misunderstandings, ignorance, and negative attitudes when it comes to mental health, you know? Oh, here we go. This, Miss Marlene, what we were talking about earlier, what not to say. Oh goodness. Hold on, guys. Okay, there we go. Oops. Hold on, guys. I just give me a second. There we go. Okay, there we go. Hey, Ian.
Hey, thanks for the invite. I don't want to. You're doing so great, so I didn't want to. I feel like I just I wanted you to keep going, but don't want to miss this. So, but yeah, you're doing
Well,
great. This is great. So yeah, please
we
continue. I don't want to interrupt or anything, but I'll chime in and
you chime in whenever.
yeah,
Okay.
please.
Okay. Okay. So, okay. Let me do these comments before I get to what not to say. Oh, booger beans don't freeze up on me. Okay, there we go. People think because you have gone through something that you are weak. And okay, constant trigger, not the case. Exactly. Exactly. Okay. My no contact and my cutoff game has gotten real good, Celestial. My cutoff game has gotten really good. And um it's like it's not you're not doing it to be mean, you're not doing it to be hateful, spiteful, you're doing it for your own mental health, for your own well-being, because at the end of the day it is you, boo boo. At the end of the day, when I'm in my moments, when I'm crying myself to sleep, and I'm wondering how, why, and the images and things that have happened to me to get to, because I to lead me to depression or PTSD are flashing in my mind, those people are not lying awake with me. Okay. Those people are not going through it with me. So it's important for you to create those boundaries of no contact or for your cutoff game to be real. I spent 37 years of my life with no boundaries, and it left me in people pleasing, all for the sake of love and pushing my mental health to the back and being broken inside. And what did it do for me? It left me broken, and those people are not a part of my life. And some of those people kicked me down in my darkest moments. So it is because of you that you have to create those boundaries and never question it. It's almost like another brand. of label. Yes, Jared. Okay, self love. And I always say this, self love is the best love. That is a true form of love. I'm not talking about all this. And people who know me, y'all, people who know Sunkiss, I love love. I love the energy of love. I'm not the human distorted definition of what love is, because we get into relationships that are toxic and we call it love. So we really don't have an understanding. We can't put a word on what love is, but that energy of love, that energy of that knowing, I love that energy, and that's a beautiful energy. And for that energy, my cutoff game for my self-love is has gotten real. I'm a ninja with my cutoff game. Okay, they're nearing you mostly to get energy for themselves, not even for exactly. And they don't even real. And some of them people don't even realize that they're taking your energy. Some of those people don't even realize that how they are functioning and living day to day is because of your energy or a little dose of what you give them. I realized that with quite a few people, they were getting full off of my energy. And I say this, and I'm going to keep saying this, never again will I deplete myself in order for another to be completed. I will never do that again. I'm not fixing to spend 37, 40 years trying to heal wounds. Okay. Absolutely right. Heather, you're absolutely right. And Celestial. Bye, Felicia. Okay. That's when you go, bye, Felicia, for real, for real. Okay, so here we are. What not to say to someone suffering from mental health issues, like depression, anxiety, saying you'll get over it or snap out of it. Just get over it. And if you want to chime in with something that you feel like people shouldn't say, just hop right on in there, because you know I can talk. Um,
No, no, please continue. Please continue.
okay.
I'll be chiming in.
Okay.
This was really good. I don't want to. You're on a good flow. I don't want to. But yeah, please.
Because you know I can talk. Okay, so sometimes you got to tap me on my shoulder. Okay. Or they say, I know, or I've had depression once, I've had anxiety once. I understand exactly what you're going through. Have you just tried taking a walk? Have you just tried nature? Maybe a cup of tea. Okay. That wasn't in my notes, but somebody was like, you just need to drink some tea. Okay. Or blaming or attacking them for their behaviors. When other people start blaming you for feeling the way you're feeling, for you responding because you have depression or because you have anxiety or because you have PTSD or some other mental disorder, you respond differently. So they begin to blame you and attack you for how you're responding because you have this issue. Or they say, it's just all in your head. It's all in your head. Take a nap, rest, you'll be okay. Well, okay, but you still need to do X, Y, and Z. You may have depression. You may have PTSD. You may have anxiety. You may have schizophrenia, but you still need to do X, Y, and Z. Okay? There are a lot of people who are way worse off than you. You have many reasons to be grateful for. Snap out of it. Be thankful. It's a beautiful day. Now, y'all know I love saying a beautiful day, but come on, okay? Reality. Happiness is a choice, okay? You should or you need to just work on it. You are being selfish. Wow. Mm. You don't look depressed. You're not one of those type of people who get depressed or who have anxiety or who have mental disorders. And so I feel like more people need to get a better understanding. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, the people, they have like the inability to read the room per se, right? You know, like when
Yeah.
people come to me, because I've been through all kinds of depression, severe. I still go through phases of it, and I've been through a lot of depression in my life. And what was I going to say? And then when people come to me and I see them going through it too, it's like I just have this understanding. I don't really, I just try to be there for them, not really say any of this stuff. Just, I just have this understanding. You know what I mean? So I know everyone with all these things deals with it. They all have everyone has their own recipe of how to deal with this, you know? So it's a difficult thing to, I don't really look for things like you need to do this and that. That doesn't help because it didn't help me. It was just having somebody that was understanding and not judging, and just, that was valuable, because if they don't, if they're like saying all these things you're talking about, then that's just like pushing me away, you know? So, yeah.
Exactly. And I feel that. And that goes back with letting people feel and acknowledging people's feelings and emotions, that your feelings and emotions are valued. I might not understand what you're going through, but I'm here. Sometimes when you go to people, you're not looking for an answer. You're just looking for an ear
Well,
and that somebody cares.
well, yeah, and they could say one thing, and it's like you might open up to them, and they might come across like what you're saying here, and now you're kind of cut them off, and you just don't, you're not going to get any deeper with them. So by just being understanding and saying this, I went through the same thing type, I know exactly what you're going through, could lead to actually you helping, and getting deeper into the conversation. Otherwise, most people just, for me, I didn't really share with anybody really, what I was going through, but it was all like dealing with it on my own. But I see this going on with people for sure.
Um, I agree. Yeah, and I agree, Liz. Let me see. Let's see. Do not watch. Much
Nice.
love and thank you for being here. It was really good seeing you the other night in chat, and it's really good to see you, you know, on my platform. And I mean that with everything. Much love to you. I think about you sometimes. And like with everybody, when I think about you, I do send out love. So thank you for being here.
I'll say most of the people that go through depression like that, it's obviously you have an event going on or something going on in your life, but usually it's the people that's like really, because I'm very empathetic. I could tell a lot of people around this community is, and I could tell you are, is like usually it's the very empathetic people that go through that, you know,
Yeah.
like the ones
I
that
have
are like kind of like they're going through it too, but it's like they obviously have things going on too, but they just they don't have that empathy, because that empathy is going to make you like read the room and under, the energy going on, and know, kind of what not to say, and then they say what you shouldn't say. So it's like usually it's the non-empathetic people that, you know say those things you're talking about.
Yeah, I agree. And what you said, I agree. And they don't have a clue. And then when you're like, and then if I hear somebody say that, say those things to some people, I'm like, wow, why would you even say that to this person? And then they're like, well, what did I say? They look at me like, well, what's your problem? Why do you have a problem with me saying that? And it's just a total detachment from empathy. And for me, myself personally, I really don't trust people who don't have some form of empathy. And I'm not trying to say you need to be a complete empath like me. Please be your own person, but you got to show me something. You got to show me a little bit of empathy. Otherwise, I won't open up to you or
Yeah.
I won't trust you.
No, sorry. Yeah, because that's where, honestly, with these type of people, that's where you start putting up your boundaries, to be honest. That's what I would do. I'd rather just have as much self-love as I can and deal with it on my own than, have people like that around and just create boundaries with certain people because that's not what I need in these situations. So, and then it could make it worse sometimes. People tell you things, like I'll be going through depression and someone will say something like that. And then for me, I'm such a thinker. I'll just think about that and they'll kind of bother me more. You know what I mean? And so it could make it worse. So that's where boundaries come up for me.
For me as well. I'd rather be alone in my self-love happiness than back surrounded by so many people with no boundaries and no empathy with what I'm going through. I would rather just be alone and happy. Let me go
Yep.
through these people. Oh,
Nice to see Do Not Watch in there.
I know, and me and him didn't start off too good.
Oh, wow.
But
I gotta
you
find
remember, do not
those.
watch, do not watch. You remember me and you didn't start off too good a
I
couple
have to
years
clip
ago,
those
but
out, people. Wow. We have some epic panels with
but
Sunkist and Do Not Watch.
but I have so much love and respect for you, and we've come a long way, my friend, and I truly want the best for you. And I'm so glad to have met him. He gave me an understanding of some of his viewpoints that I've never even come in contact with before. And so it's beautiful to meet all different type of people, to get outside of our bubbles, to get outside our perspectives. Because when we do that, we can see that each of us brings something very meaningful and useful to the table. We don't have to agree. You don't have to have live the life I'm living. I don't have to live the life you're living, but you gave me a piece of the puzzle. Do not watch, and I really appreciate that. Okay, I from my heart I do. So, but yeah, epic moments at We Are White TV. Let's see. You laughing, Jared? You remember? Yeah, and people can drain you. Exactly. And some people who have no idea how energy can drain you, how you can pick up, I didn't learn how to really control what a deep empath I was. I didn't learn. I would go into the grocery store and it's like you feel everybody. The person in front of you could be thinking about just ended it all, or they're so happy and you're taking all of that in. It was a very heavy energetic chore to even go to the grocery store. But it wasn't until I got into my 30s I learned how to manage that myself. But it can drain you. I can only be around so many people for so long, and I have to come back home. I have to recharge, and it's not because I don't know. I don't know, but it can drain you. Let's see. Oh my goodness gracious, look at me. Let's see. Okay, here we go. There we go. I'm okay, guys. I'm a little slow and my phone is freezing. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Oh wow. That's awesome, Liz. You see, if we were all so closed-minded in our own perspective, in our own bubble, we would miss out on some beautiful people, because I'm telling you the truth. You people, my gosh.
Well, yeah, I mean, this the people that's around and on the channel and stuff, it's like I go through stuff in my mind and depression quite often, to be honest. Like when I disappeared for 8 months. I was going through bad depression, and then those 2 months as well. And seriously, the community does so much for me because it's just, I'm kind of dealing with that a lot, to be honest. Often, I don't know if you want to call it depression, but yeah, that's kind of like states of just depression. And well, anyways, just the community. People have helped me so much. You guys have no idea. It does so much for me, the community.
I agree. And sometimes, I'll be like, you know what? I'm tired of YouTube. I'm tired of whatever. Is anybody even listening? And somebody will just leave me a comment that'll bring me to tears. And this is, and it's not like, other platforms where, people are just sitting, and I have this is such a little baby platform, but people are sitting on their platforms just taking everybody's energy, taking with no gratitude, with no appreciation, not giving anything back to the people. And I feel like we just bounce it back off of all of us, even in the chat. Sometimes when I'm in the chat, I have to step back because it'll be on fire so bad. And I'm reading and I'm like, I'm getting so behind with my house stuff. I got to turn the chat off. But it's like I get renewed. I get enlightened, and it helps me so much with just the people within the community, um, on your platform as well as here. And it's really, I can't put it into words. So I really agree.
It's like even just like it's crazy because like someone's just their avatar and their what we kind of like our representative on the internet. It's like you can feel so much energy behind these. I can feel it in people. Even when they first come around, I just
Mhm.
feel this like heavy energy with most of them, obviously, and it just shows you how powerful we are. Even through the internet, we can feel each other's energy. It's powerful stuff.
Mhm. Hi, admin. I hope you're doing well. It's really good to see you. It really is. Let's see. Excuse you like no other, honestly. Okay. And I will always say big ups to Mama Bear Prepping for pushing We Are Awake out there, because I wouldn't have found, well, maybe another way, another time. I don't know, but I wouldn't have found. That's how I found Ian's platform, is Mama Bear Prepping, when I was doing all my prep work and stuff. Okay. No, me too, Britt.
Whoops, sorry about that.
Let's see a little. It's all right. Okay. Okay.
We're yeah, there's a
And I
lot
like
on
this.
this. This is such a big topic, so I'm glad you're talking about it. Where were you?
Mm.
Was there more on the
I'm sorry, I was going through this thing.
No, no.
Yes,
Oh
I'm
yeah, my
sorry.
bad. No, no, I didn't.
No, don't say no. Don't say you're
Yeah,
bad.
please.
Sorry, we got it's open topic, so it's not we're talking about this and other things. And then I was just going through the chat because sometimes I get behind in that, and I always want to make sure to highlight people's comment because it's so important to me, and I want people to realize that what they're saying, even if it's something small, even if it's an emoji, is very important to me. So let's see. Okay. Should you ever sacrifice your mental health for other people, situations, etc.? I think we answered that already. And that's a big hell no, never for me. And I think that's a big no for everybody. I think I can say that. And I said, that's where healthy boundaries come in. And that's why we were talking about healthy boundaries. That's why we need healthy boundaries, and how healthy boundaries help with our mental health. Having healthy boundaries can help our stress management when we have mental health issues or disorder. It can help with our emotional overload, our empathy overload. It having those boundaries will set the standard of how who and what you want to entertain. And I
Well,
think I can, oh, go
well, I
ahead.
just
Go
want to throw
ahead.
this in because sometimes I lose my mind, but it's because we've been kind of programmed to people look at it as a weak, like that you're weak in a weakness. I know you kind of touched on that, but I think that's a big deal. It goes back to all these programs going on with the what's the guy thing called, the that's going on with all the
Oh,
guys
that,
and like those
the,
podcasts and
yeah,
what's
that
it called,
suck it up and alpha,
alpha
I,
males or whatever.
yeah. Oh my gosh. But see, that's to me, that's a bunch of broken men. If you
Yeah,
have to go around and just announce that you're an alpha, this is my opinion. If you have to tell people that you are an alpha, you are a chihuahua. Okay? Because the chihuahua has to make itself known. The chihuahua has to be like, I'm tough and bad. But if you're a true alpha, and I don't even like the alpha, all that other stuff, but a true male, masculine male who walks in his masculine energy. And masculine energy is in males and females. And so walking in that masculine energy isn't, oh, I'm big and I'm bad and can't nobody tell me nothing. It's embracing you for you and respecting yourself and other people. If you, a lion, a male lion does not have to tell everybody that he's the male lion. He can walk into the room and all the species, including humans, know what time it is and who that lion is. It's the chihuahua that constantly has to say, I am the alpha. I am the alpha. I am the alpha. So you let me
yeah,
know. People
yeah,
let me know who they are by what they say.
yeah, and it goes to all about the materialism and just like the women and stuff, and it's all this stuff, and like we're just trying to deal with what I'm dealing. You know what I mean? I'm trying to not get all these distractions and to like put it to the side. Like I'm trying to sit in this and deal with it. That's strength to me. You know.
Exactly.
Because I always come out on the other side like a
Exactly.
lot stronger. Especially I've been gambling addict, I've been a opiate addict, all this stuff, and going back to those times, it was like I don't think I'm ever gonna get out of this, but I always do. And when I'm in those, even after that, in these states, it's like I didn't resort to these type of things like these alpha male things would say, and it wouldn't have helped me. It would have made it worse, and I wouldn't, it just I wouldn't be me. So.
Yeah, I agree with you. I keep saying that because I really want to do another one, a thing on the masculine and feminine energies and dealing with these type of podcasts because um there's a big, even with women, uh, let me veer off just a minute, people. Even with women, we have our own thing where you if you ain't a bad bee, then you're not working about nothing. If you're not a bad, that's the female version of being an alpha, I guess. And so I really need to get myself together. It's coming fall, and so things are slowing down here with me, and I really want to push out more different topics and different things within the community that we deal with while we're in this parasitic um, matrix. So I definitely want to touch on that as well. So that thank you for reminding me of that. But anyway, um, and so let's see. They help with self care. Having healthy boundaries is a big part of your self love journey, like we talked about before, like Heather May mentioned of before. And it's a part of our self-care journey, our self-care maintenance, and it helps prevent burnout and compassion fatigue. Having healthy boundaries is vital to protecting your mental health, shielding us against another episode or another breakdown of having anxiety, depression, or a PTSD flashback or burnouts. And it's for our safety. Hold on, I got to get a drink. Okay. And so and it's also for our clarity. And for me, I feel like you do not need to compromise your mental health Compromise your healthy boundaries for anyone, for anything, or any situation. And I don't care how that makes me, and you have to put it in your mind that you don't care about how that makes you look to other people, because when you set healthy boundaries, other, especially when you're dealing with people who are used to you being a certain kind of way, and then you go through something and you begin to realize you need to have healthy boundaries, people are going to look at you different, people are going to call you selfish, people are going to call you all different types of names, but it's so important because for you to realize it's for you. And so I have some quotes about healthy boundaries, but if you want to say anything else before I hit some of these quotes.
Um, I think that, well, that with kind of the stuff that we talk about, I talk about a lot and stuff. It can have do a number on you. In some ways, it does for sure. But I think that it's okay. I don't think that you need to force anything, and just that I think just that self love is the most important, regardless of what's going on. What do you always, oh, being in the eye of the storm, and that's
Oh
that's the
yeah,
key. So
yeah, yeah. Being in the eye of the storm, it's
I
whirling
think
all
some
around you,
people
but that's the
it's
safe.
just, yeah, they're just there, and I just understand where they're at, and um, it's tough. It's really hard.
Hmm. I agree with you right here, Tommy. I'm serious. From
Yeah.
everything, from every angle, you know, this system takes advantage of us, and it can put us in depressive states. I remember my truth, me stepping into truth, I guess you would call the truther community, was 9/11. Okay. I was in the military when I learned about that. You know, I was devastated. It was a blow. And shortly after that, because I was a Christian at the time, this is 20 years ago, I learned about Christianity, I learned about religion, and it put me in such, I was depressed because like my whole world was like was pulled, the rug was pulled up under me, and you realize that everything is a lie. And so I'm telling you, Tommy, it's like an attack from, even when you realize the systems that we're in, it's like a punch, a blow, a punch, a blow. And so I feel like, that self-love and being in the eye of the storm is really, really vital, and having boundaries here, because some of these people that we're around can be tools of this system and try to get you to go against what you fought so hard to break yourself free of. They try to get you to go back. And so it's important to stay centered and stay focused, and but it can, I'm telling you, that caused me depression, right? That did something to me. Okay. Sorry guys if that seems like it's off topic, but it all goes together. Let's see, go through these, and then after I go through these comments, I'm gonna give a couple of quotes about healthy boundaries. For those that don't know, I love quotes, and so here are some for healthy boundaries. Some of the bravest things you can do are to say no and set boundaries when you've spent a lifetime convinced that you need to please others in order to be loved. Ooh, I put a star by that. Here's another quote. When someone oversteps or asks you to overstep your boundaries, they're letting you know that what you want doesn't matter. They're letting you know right there it doesn't matter. Here's another one. If someone gets upset or mad at you for creating a boundary, consider that a good sign that the boundary was necessary. And that's a quote from Jenna Koff. Some of these I have the person that I got it from, and some of them I don't. Here's another one. The only people who get upset when you set boundaries are the ones who benefited from you having none. And that's from At Peaceful Mind, Peaceful Life. You are not required to set yourself on fire to keep others warm. This is something I have on a sticky note that I have to remind myself from
Wow.
time to time. I would literally be setting myself on fire for other people. That is a powerful one. I'm going to say that again. You are not required to set yourself on fire to keep others warm. And the last one for boundaries. Daring to set boundaries is about having the courage to love ourselves even when we risk disappointing others. Brene Brown. And I did a video last year on boundaries. I put the link in the description box. Because healthy boundaries help save my life. Help save my life. So let me go. And so, oh, we're getting close to the end because I'm getting to the quotes. Y'all know when I get to more quotes, it's almost the end. But I have quite a few quotes, so bear with me, everybody. Thank you once again for being here, for sharing your most precious, valuable thing that we have that we can give, or people or energies take, is our energies. And so you guys being here is something to me. Let's see. I have a note that says, make your mental health well-being your priority. Okay. Even when people don't trust or understand it, not everybody is not going to understand. Everybody's not going to want to understand, and not everybody's going to want to empathize with you when you set boundaries. But like I keep stressing, and everybody keeps saying here, it is not about everybody else. It is about you. Nobody is going to take care of your well-being mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, except for you. And that's like how you say, even when it's time to go on the other side of what we call death, it is about you there. Be preparing yourself for the war or the battle that's on the other side. So no, as many people that we may love and loved ones that we have here, when it all boils down to it, it's about you, and you have to do things that are for your well-being. And if you have little ones, if you have a spouse, if you have, your loved ones, but you taking care of you mentally, you're just going to help everybody all around. Okay. If you want to say anything, I've just been talking.
No, please. You're always in the zone up here. You know, I don't want to.
No, you're
I
reminding me.
I wanted to come up. You were doing so well. You're on fire up here. So I'm loving
No,
it.
I appreciate you coming up. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so we have some quotes after this. Let me see. Yep, I done some. Okay, okay. Some quotes for mental health, and then I'll be done, because it's I don't really. I've only done my longest live was like 2 hours, and that was the narcissistic mother, because I related so much to that. I gave a lot to that. So that was like my longest live. So I don't do too long. Okay, so here are some quotes, and jump in if you want to, or if you want to add to a quote or anything. Okay.
Okay.
Here's the first quote. Sometimes you've just got to listen to yourself and be okay with nobody else understanding you. I love that. The next one, take your time healing
That's the
as
story
long
of
as.
my life. Sorry,
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
that's the
Go
story of
ahead.
my life right there. That's what my whole life has been, honestly.
The take your time
Did,
healing, or
well, what was that
the
quote you just read?
nobody understanding, or the take. I read Take Your Time Healing as Long as You Want. Nobody else knows what you've been, or the first one above. Sometimes you've just got to listen to yourself and be okay with nobody else understanding you.
Right. Maybe it's not applied to mental health though. I'm just talking about just
No, in
my
general, no. I've
interests,
been,
my interests
hmm
and things I would like to do, discuss, converse. You know what I mean? Pretty much, I've been pretty much on my own, unless it was something shallow. Pretty much on my own with that, to be honest.
no, I feel you. I've from from even with other like even with other homeschool like mothers, I always say this, and I mean it. I am a misfit among the misfits, and I just don't fit. I don't fit. I get along well with other people. I let people be themselves. But when it comes to deeper topics of discussion, I want more. I need more. I cannot stay in this shallow end too long. And I feel like a lot of people are so comfortable suckling on breast milk. And I'm like, why are you not chomping down on this steak? And for all the vegetarians and vegans out there, why are you not biting on that apple? People are so comfortable being spoon fed so much, and I just don't fit in with my ideas. I don't even fit in with how I dress. I don't let trends like rule me. I don't fit in. But, I just learned to be really okay with that. And I'm glad I don't really, if I don't know if that makes sense. I'm
Yeah,
glad
no,
I
I'm
don't.
with you on that.
So, some of these women are like, ooh, they're so materialistic. Ooh, I got this Prada bag. I do this, I do that. I don't really give a care. Like, even with the homeschool moms, my children are learning this and that. Yes, it's great. Teach your children what they need to know, according to each state, according to whatever the basics and how to get along in life. But are you teaching them about this matrix? Do you even know what we're in? Are you questioning that? So I feel like a lot of people get some form of truth and think that that's it, and they remain stagnant, or they get some form of truth and go somewhere else and shackle themselves to another belief system. um so i just I rather be by myself. But so, okay. Take your time healing as long as you want. Nobody else knows what you've been through. How could they know how long it will take for you to heal? I love that. People ask, why don't you just get over it? My question is, why can't you acknowledge what happened and how much damage was really done? Oh, if I had one of your bombs, I would blow it, because people I feel like people need to do this. People need to, instead of telling you to get over something, acknowledge, see what happened to me, you know? Um Trauma isn't what happens to you. It's what happens inside of you. Here's another quote. Inner peace begins the moment you choose not to allow another person or event to control your emotions. Let me see.
Mm.
Not everyone has a mental illness, but we all have mental health, and we owe it to ourselves to manage our stress and everyday anxieties. I agree to that. Your mental health is everything. Prioritize it. Make the time like your life depends on it, because it does. And that's a quote from Mel Roberts. It is okay to cut off those people who have forgotten that your mental health matters. Okay. I think we have, ooh, we have, I think we have like 7, 8 more, and then we'll be done. Let's see. Your mental health is a priority. Your happiness is essential. Your self care is necessary. I think I put that in my community. My mental health is way more important than any friendship, any relationship, anything. Start prioritizing your mental health instead of adjusting to toxic spaces. Thelma
Mm.
Bryant Davis. I love that. So I love that. I'm going to say that again. Start prioritizing your mental health instead of adjusting to toxic spaces. Um, Normalize taking the time you need to feel like you again. Stop caring about too many things and start listening to one thing, you. What mental health needs is more sunlight, more candor, more unashamed conversations about illnesses that affect not only individuals as well as family. And that's from Glenn Close. Let's see. I gotta get a drink. Sorry, hold on. Ooh, I agree with that, Celestial.
Hmm.
Yep.
Very, yeah, parasitic, a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
And they almost like it. It's like they look not even gonna say weak, well, like when somebody's I guess vulnerable, and then they see it, it's like they're these energy vampires trying to, like get something out. It's so parasitic and gross. And we've seen that over here too with when drama went on and stuff. And you see it in situations, even on the internet too, and our real life. But these energy vampires, man,
And it's so
I'll tell you
crazy
what.
because it's like you have something that they need that they don't have within themselves. And
Exactly.
obviously that they don't have the people that they're surrounding with. And like I like to equate it with um when people are taking your energy and um using you, eating, feeding off that energy. It's like they have like the McDonald's 99-cent burger, you know, menu, and you have this fine dining menu that they cannot afford unless they steal from you. They can't afford it, and it's like they're constantly. It's like with all these fast foods. It puts food in you, but it doesn't nourish you. Yeah, you might get full, but you're not getting nourishment. And so that's what these energies are. They're around each other, but they're getting their fill, I guess, of entertainment. They're getting their fill of some form of energy, but they're not being nourished. So they go to different places with a higher light or a higher sense of themselves, and they have to take off that because they have not tapped into that, or they're so disconnected from that. Does that make sense?
Yep. No, it makes perfect. Sorry, I was muted. I was reading
Oh, it's okay.
Tommy's comment there.
Which one? Oh,
Oh, you're ahead, or you're behind there.
oh. See, look at me. Let me get through these things. Hold on, guys. Let me get through the comments. Oh, I'm so behind. Let's see. I want everybody to. Okay. Oh my gosh, Marlene, the fake nails. Okay, guys, this is off
Mm.
topic, but not really. I okay, big ups to you if you have the long, long, fake, sharp nails, but there is no way that you are cleaning your cupcake and your behind. You are not cleaning yourself. You are not you. There is no way that you keeping yourself clean with them fake nails. I'm sorry. That fake nail trend, I just don't understand. I don't understand stand spending $200 on nails. I don't understand it. Deep Irene. Okay. Okay. I had to learn how to walk 5 times. My left. Oh my gosh. Oh, oh my gosh, Tommy. Big ups to you for clean for 30 years and
Mm-hmm.
everything you've been through, Tommy. My goodness. The nails are ridiculous, gross, and unsaid. How are you? Okay. How are you functioning in life? But anyway, that's the big question. Okay, here we go. You are probably not the first person in your family to experience depression. You may be the first person to acknowledge it. That's, I guess, what you would call
Mm.
breaking generational curses. This is where it starts with me. And this is where, and I feel like a lot of things that, because people have depression and sweep things under the rug, I feel like generation after generation after generation tell each other that you have got to put your mental health aside in order to pacify the family, in order to maintain the family. You've got to marry this old man in order to make the family better. Forget that it puts you in depression. Forget that it makes you anxious. Forget that it makes you want to self-delete. You have to do this, and it goes on by generation, and people, we're so used to and so conditioned to just sweep everything under the rug and do everything for so-called family. You have to be that generational curse breaker. And like this said, you may not be the first one in your family, but you're the first one to express it. And you have to do things differently. Change has to start somewhere. And so for me, change starts with me and the little ones that I produce. We will be a different type of tree. Nothing against my ancestors or my family. Big ups to all the beautiful things that I have learned and the love of them, but there are certain things that just have got to stop. And so I have had to prune the tree. You can't grow with dead branches. So you have got to prune the tree and replant and start again. And so that's what I'm doing with me and mine. Let's see. Whatever your experience with mental illness, you deserve to be heard, to be understood, and to get help if you need it. Haley Quinn. Protect your time, energy, and mental health by being selective about when and how you engage with others. The worst part of having a mental illness is people expect you to behave as if you don't. And that's a quote from the Joker. Just as we teach about physical hygiene in the interest of good health, we now need to teach about emotional and or mental hygiene too. That's from the 14th Dalai Lama. I take my rose petals and leave the thorns with them. That was great advice. Be gentle with yourself. Honor yourself by not criticizing or judging or denying what you feel. Let's see, almost done. Like 5 left. Don't let someone live rent free in your head if they don't care about your mental health. Ugh. Trying to please everyone is a guaranteed prescription for unhappiness. The first step toward emotional freedom is realizing that you are not for everyone. Yes, indeed. Until you heal the wounds of your past, you will continue to bleed. And that's something, to help us along our way, even with depression, with things from your past. You may be reflecting on things that you've done, things that you wish you would have done, things that you could have done differently. And that's where that forgiveness comes in. It starts with self-forgiveness. But you do that on your own time, not when somebody is pushing you. But I agree with that, because self-forgiveness can heal you. Being able to be your true self is one of the strongest components of good mental health. And this is the last one I want to end with. The first step to improve your mental health is to make it your top priority. You have got to make it your top priority. You have got to not be afraid to be your authentic version of yourself. You have got to not be afraid to create and maintain healthy boundaries and create authentic spaces for yourself. You have got to say no when you know you have boundaries, and you know that you will be putting on a front and it will not be real and authentic in certain situations, in certain environments, with certain people. You have got to stand firm in your boundaries. Nobody has the right to make you change them. And just like we don't have the right to make anybody else change their boundaries. Don't allow people with certain titles in your life, mother, father, husband, wife, child, brother, sister, cousin, uncle, baby, daddy, whatever, to make you veer off your self-love journey, your self-healing journey, for your self-care, for your mental health. Nobody is more important than you, because if you don't put yourself first, you are not going to be good to the people that you love. And that's my opinion.
Powerful.
Wow.
And also the boundaries applies to yourself as well, like your thoughts. You want to set up boundaries with your thoughts, certain thoughts and things you think about, even yourself and different things that doesn't serve you anymore. So that's something that I think applies as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I agree, like with what Tommy just said right here, especially the last part, helping the needy daily can drain you in more than just physical ways. And that's when you have to step back and say, I can't
Mm.
help you if I can't help myself. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know? Absolutely, Tommy. Causes a lot of issues. Okay.
Mental
For real, for
exhaustion.
real.
That's a good thing to bring up too. Nice. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm. I had no idea what mental health was before 29 years old. It's so ridiculous. Okay. Girl, I didn't know what mental health was until I was 30, 34, and I'm 40, you know. So we learn, and once you learn, what's that saying, Ian? When you know better, you do better.
Mm.
When we learn better about these things, we start doing better for ourselves, you know. And for me, it's not just for me. It's I need to do better and teach my children not only, the ways of this system and all these things, but teach them about their mental health. And even when the world doesn't view your mental health as being important, you have to realize that. And don't ever just prioritize it, people. Oh, Tommy, you're so strong though. I'm glad you came back. So, but anyway, okay. Let's see. Do I have any other? No,
She has some
no.
great streams
That's
on the
about it.
people in the description. There's a boundary stream of this video, and then also there's some powerful streams on here, people, and they're not too long. They're not like 12 hours like mine. They're like an hour, 45 minutes, hour and a half max. So please check them out, people. Some powerful stuff on this channel.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so
So
much. You were the one that encouraged me to start my channel. A lot of us you encouraged and you helped and you promoted. So big ups to We Are Wake TV for the connections and connecting all of us and actually helping us reach inside of us and share our light and spread. And I always like to say, and I know you said this before, like we walk hand in hand, side by side with one another in the community, and I just love that. There's nothing like um here for me, nothing like here, and nothing like your platform and community there. And so I just encourage everybody, look, feel free if you got anything from this, then hit the like button if it resonates with you. If it doesn't resonate with you, don't hit the like button, because you are leaving your energetic thumbprint with a content creator. So you got to be careful what you like and make sure it's something that you want to attach yourself energetically with. So thank you guys for being here. I'm going to say the positive affirmation card again. Let's
much
see.
love, everyone.
I did a lot of work for the women's shelters in the early battered with children. Got the full deal meals. Usually they got everything couch bed. Oh wow. Okay. Thank you so much. And here it is. I am confident about my future. I am confident about my future. I'm confident about my future. Thank you guys for being here. Much love to you guys. Y'all have a beautiful rest of your weekend. And until we meet again, please remember that self-love is the best love. So make sure you are overflowing in it. Mwah. Much love, everybody. Bye bye.